Thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. Ana Luisa is my absolute favorite everyday jewelry brand for many reasons. Their pieces are super high quality, beautiful, can be dressed up or down, and are just so comfortable. Not only that, but Ana Luisa is committed to fair prices while producing jewelry ethically. There is no unnecessary mining or excessive markups. They use recycled materials whenever possible, and they are 100% carbon and water neutral from start to finish. If you look through my videos, I'm mostly wearing Ana Luisa pieces. And while I love nearly everything they sell, my favorite are the dainty feminine necklaces that don't get tangled in my hair. I wear them every day and often sleep in them as well. If you're looking to treat yourself or someone else with a beautiful and ethical piece of jewelry, then I really recommend you check out Ana Luisa by clicking the link in the pinned comment. And if you use my code, you'll also get an extra 10% off your purchase. Thanks again, Ana Luisa. I really love working with you. And now on to today's video. Hi, welcome to Jovie's home. Today, I wanted to share with you guys my list of the top 6 things that you can do with kids in the Netherlands. Obviously, this is going to be geared a little bit more towards younger children because that is the season of life that I am in, where I have 2 small children. And so these are my kind of favorite things to do with them. And I hope that you will enjoy these tips and let me know if you have any in the comments below. So if that sounds good to you, then why don't you come on in, kick off your shoes and stay a while. I'm really glad you're here. Themed restaurants. One of the things that I love about having kids here is going to themed restaurants with them. Some are very much geared towards children and the food is very child friendly, whereas you have others that are more geared towards adults, but then with a huge child element to them. This summer when I was on holiday in the Netherlands, we went to this pancake house. We went to a pancake house in Vorst that literally had a theme park in it, like a theme park. Lots of rides for kids, all of these fun things to do, and then you just eat pancakes, which is like a typical Dutch food for lunch or dinner. The kids had a blast. It was so much fun. Another place that I want to mention is something like Hudson's in Den Haag Zuid, which is one of my favorite restaurants to go to here. What I really love about the Hudson's approach is that they have this beautiful restaurant for adults with delicious food and like really cool vibe, nice cocktails. And yet, one part of the restaurant is like a soft play heaven. It is this enormous space for kids. It is, there's a soundproof glass. It is behind a soundproof wall. So you can see your kids playing, you can't hear them. And it is just so great. They go there, they're having the best day ever, and you get to eat really nice food and be, enjoying your time. I often joke that Hudson's is the place where my husband and I can go and have a date night without having to hire a babysitter because the kids I don't see them. They might come, have a few bites and disappear again to go play with the other kids or in the soft play. But my husband and I can really just like talk and enjoy, and it feels like a date night without actually leaving your kids at home. So this is so fun, and I really suggest that you check out some restaurants. There's places like this all over the country, and definitely something really fun to do with the kids. Kids museums. Here we have like a million, not a million, okay. A lot. We have a lot of museums that are specially curated or created for kids. They are like little adventures, like in their own right. They're so much fun. We love going to the train museum. I'll link it here. We did that once. You have the children's book museum. You have this museum dedicated to Miffy or Nijntje, this like famous Dutch character. These are just 3 off the top of my head, but there are so many. And what I love about them is they're so interactive. So like the kids can touch stuff and they can be kids in the museums, they're not like, shh, children behave, or, it's not like that. It's like very much like, here it is, go explore, go touch stuff, go look and feel it and experience it. And that's really incredible. If you are here for a longer time, like a year, I really suggest getting a museum card for yourself and also for the children for what I would consider a small amount of money. I think it's around 70 euro for an adult. It's cheaper for kids. You can access any museum, mostly any museum in the country for free. So if you think about it, 70 euro for a year, and you can then go anywhere. Every weekend you can go and explore a different place, and your kids can enjoy it, and then you're not paying like an entrance fee every time. So definitely worth it. Even if you're coming here for like 2 weeks as a visitor, if museums are on your list, you might consider getting a museum card. It might be cheaper than paying the admission every single time. No trip to the Netherlands with kids would be complete without a trip to the Efteling. The Efteling is probably the most famous Dutch theme park. It is like a fairy tale forest, and there's fun rides, and there's something for everyone from the youngest to the oldest. My family has started doing an annual Efteling trip, so every year we will take the kids there and just have a blast. It's magical and wonderful and highly, highly recommended. If you're looking for something low cost or free, then you can definitely check out any of the plethora of city farms or public parks. Throughout the Netherlands, there are so many green spaces, even in the cities, like the very busy cities. In the Randstad, you will still find tons of city farms, or I guess petting zoos, if you will, where you have some goats, a cow, some bunnies, maybe some guinea pigs, like different animals, sheep for sure, there's gonna be sheep. And you can go and you can pet them. In some places you can feed them. You can, just like have a little bit of a connection with nature. And those are typically free. The only times that I've had to pay something is like if you want to buy a bag of food to feed the animals, then it's maybe 50 cents or €1, and then you can, give them their appropriate food. These city farms are so lovely. My kids actually really love going to them, and we go often. It's not something that they seem to get sick of. Who's gonna get sick of petting a baby lamb? Like nobody, they're so cute. And then in addition to that, there are so many cool public parks and playgrounds. Like just even in my neighborhood that is not even so huge, but in my neighborhood there are 2 kind of playgrounds, public parks, where the kids can go. Just outside of my neighborhood is a really big park with a pirate ship theme. And so all the things are like, boats, and you can explore, and it's really, really fun. And these are free, and it's everywhere. There's so many of them. So certainly if you're coming here and you're on a budget, just know that there's also things for you to do with your kids. I will never get tired of exploring different playgrounds and parks here in the neighborhood. Just like the Efteling, I do want to mention one other park that I think is super cool, and that is called the Linneaushof. Linneaus? I'm sorry, I can't say it. Dan, can we put it here on the screen, please? Linneaushof. And that is Europe's largest outdoor playground. Now, this place is not for free. You do have to pay an admission to go there, but it is well worth it in my opinion. They have like over 300 different contraptions that the kids can play on. We went when it was warm and in the summertime, and then they do have kind of like a splash area. I don't want to call it a swimming pool because it is not a pool. The water is like to their knee maybe, but things like squirting at them and like, water where they can cool off basically. But certainly when it is not hot enough, they have so many other things that they can do. Really a fun place. It's a little bit far from where I live in The Hague. It's towards Amsterdam, but it is really worth a day trip, I would say, if you have small kids from wherever you might be coming from in the Netherlands, because Linneaushof is really worth it. And my kids had an absolute blast there. They had so much fun, and I highly, highly recommend it. The last thing that I want to talk about is that I had an experience for the first time after 11 years of living here that I really want to talk about, and that is going to a Dutch camping or a Dutch bungalow park. Dutch people often will go on holiday here within the Netherlands, and I thought for many years, I thought that was a bit strange. I'm like, well, the Netherlands is small. Why do you want to stay here if you're gonna have your holiday? I have the answer, okay? And that is because it's so fun. It is amazing. Dutch holiday parks and campings. Okay, let me tell you. The one that I went to, and this is not sponsored by them, but I went to Droompark Beeksbergen. And that is kind of by Arnhem and Deventer, not too far away. And it's also kind of close to the Dutch National Park, the Hoogveluwe. We had a beautiful bungalow, like a little house that we rented in a holiday park surrounded by other houses in a forest and in nature. And this house, what surprised me so much when we entered it was everything was child-proofed already. Like, there had been so much thoughtfulness put into how children are going to be experiencing this place that I was just impressed. So yeah, like everything in the kitchen was child-proofed. All of the sockets, they had the little child-proof things on them. It was fantastic. The restaurants were next to playgrounds, so your kids could be on the playground instead of having to sit and be annoyed and bored in the restaurant. There was an animation team there with so many fun activities that they can do all day long. I mean, I couldn't believe how relaxing and wonderful that vacation was, because everything had seemed to be thought about for making your kids have fun and be busy and like have their own like fun vacation. And it seemed to me like they had this, they know that parents are going to want to go there because their kids are going to be having fun, and you as a parent are actually going to be able to have a chance to relax. And I never want to go anywhere else again. Like, I'm not interested in going anywhere else because this was so much fun. So that's also an option to look up, like the holiday parks. There's tons of them: Center Parks, Landau Parks, and then in my experience, the Drome Parks. Definitely great, and I cannot wait to go again. So those are my tips, and I would like to know from you, and especially if you have older kids or whatever, let us know in the comments what are some of your do not miss tips and advice. What are your favorite places to go with the kids? Do let me know below. It's so much fun, and I also check out a lot of the places that you guys tell me, so it might end up in a future video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I really appreciate any time that you spent with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.